Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now welcome back to Climb to Master. So we return Platinum 1 in promo to Diamond, and we've got 2 wins, 1 loss currently. We've got 1 more game to potentially go until we're Diamond this season. Playing Kayle. This, by the way, is a POV commentary. Again, a lot of you did say that you understand why we do these at the beginning of the season at least. So yeah, thanks very much for that, by the way. It does help out a lot. So we're playing Kayle. We've had 1 good game of Kayle so far this season. We're against an Olaf top, and something worth noting, that the 1 loss that I've got in this promo series, the reason that we lost that game was actually because of the Olaf on the enemy team. Not because he was on my team, the opposite. He actually was against my top laner from the previous game, and he ended up absolutely stomping my top laner. Then my top laner kind of started to in. So, yeah, so I knew this guy had a lot of confidence on Olaf. He started snowballing. He started doing well. So I kind of knew that was going to be his playstyle, especially against something like a Kayle. So, yeah, I am typing in the bottom left, by the way, that this Kiana technically counterpicked herself, worth noting. So we made a video a few days ago saying Camille mid, the new counterpick to Assassins. That was locked in. This Kiana was last pick this game. And she picked Kiana knowing the enemy comp. So that was a bit weird. Potentially thought... I actually don't know what she thought. Like, it was the only really way around it could have been was Kiana mid. Or she's never experienced it before. So that, by the way, did make me nervous. If you're wondering where my headspace is. That did make me nervous. Because I think legit, of me playing this game, it was like the day after I legit released that video saying... Kiana's now the counter to Assassins. So I was like, oh boy. Now, the matchup in top lane, by the way, Olaf versus Kayle. It's going to be heavily favoured into Olaf in lane phase for a couple reasons. One, Olaf at the moment, I actually think is a relatively underrated pick. And what I will say is today's second video... I haven't recorded it yet, but what I'm probably going to try and do is find a higher rating Olaf top player, and we can kind of break it down a bit, because I actually think it's really good right now. So you can see straight away going aggressive. Level 1 fighting for Olaf is great. His axe, he can chase people down. You also have to remember that Olaf gains attack speed and all that stuff the lower health he is. So when he's fighting at someone at level 1, he loves it. Like that's Olaf's bread and butter, is continuing fights at level 1, throwing axes and all that good stuff. So he's kind of sleeper, strong right now, I'd say. Does hit level 2, he hits a nice undertow, his E, which is true damage, by the way, during his level up combo. It's going to be a rough early lane phase for me as Kayle. Like, I knew it was going to. And by the way, if memory serves correct, I think I picked into him. I think. Because I was like, right, as long as I can play smart, and I, like the previous game, don't end up 0 and 8 or whatever, like my top laner, I could probably outscale an Olaf. And not just that, I probably outscale him in the 1v1, but also, like, Kayle is incredibly useful as a champion for your team. The heal, you can't sleep on that. It's a movement speed, it's an actual heal, but the invulnerable ultimate, all this stuff is really good. So there is a big chance that we can do really well here. Also worth noting that the enemy team is nearly full AD. When I say nearly full AD, they've got a Cassiopeia bot lane, so that does exist. But obviously their comp isn't going to be perfectly balanced. Like, they don't have an AD carry, like someone who can just like stay back and do AD damage. Their AD damage is all in, has to be on top of you to do any damage. So they're missing that piece. Kiana dies to first blood, and weirdly just a Lee Sin first blood. No assist for the enemy Camille, so I would presume Kiana must have been pretty low before the gank, and then Lee Sin just finished her off. I go back and I buy a Doran's Ring. So why Doran's Ring? It's just to give me a little bit of early strength, like more than I've got right now. Because, again, we know we're not gonna do well in the early game. I am typing, by the way, by comp we win, but I'm not sure about the mid laner. That, by the way, was stemmed from she counterpicked herself, like we mentioned, and now she died to first blood. So it's just a little bit of nervousness of kind of being like, oh god, is she going to be okay? Hopefully. But what I will also say about Kiana, you're seeing so many of them at the moment. I don't know if the champion is just known to be really strong right now. I'm not sure, but yeah, there's a lot of Kianas. Anyway, you can see Olaf trying to be aggressive. This one even goes Doran's Blade, by the way, first item. We're getting ganked. Lee Sin's top lane, he does land the Q. That means I've got a flash. I do get Lee Sin a lot of damage, getting a tower hit on him, but obviously not enough. Now we've got to be very careful because there's a potential dive on, right now. We've got a Gragas jungle. I don't mind Gragas jungle. I'm just weirdly, I don't know. We all have those picks in League that, on average, like, oh, it's a good pick. But for some reason, you just never get good ones. I think a big one that people have is Shaco jungle. It's like, damn, whenever I'm against a Shaco jungle, they're legit. But whenever they're on your team, you're like, what the hell? Gragas jungle is weirdly like that for me. I don't know why. Anyway, bot lane, bad sign. They die. Aphelios gets killed by a Cassio. That's not what you want to see. But obviously, mages are played bot lane to somewhat be annoying to AD carries. And, I've said it before. Which way round would I prefer it? Would I prefer an AD mid? Meanwhile, we're going to try and survive here, by the way, and it wasn't enough. So I knew that was potentially on, but I had Corrupting Potion, and I've taken the rune to give me an instant heal. I had that, and I had my W. It wasn't enough to survive, unfortunately. So yeah, that happened. Mistake by me. But notice, my teleport, I'm going for a weird teleport. I'm not going for an obvious teleport because my thought process here is he doesn't know I'm coming, because that was a control ward, by the way. Can I cheekily get a kill back on the board? That obviously would be a good thing, and then we do. So yeah, we get killed by him. Kind of sucks. We get his flash and all that, but straight away we get back on the board, so that's good. He did get a couple of tower plates, so obviously he's got that advantage, but that is a really good sign. So that's showing like the right now trying not to give up. Trying our best. You're playing a scaling champion. Olaf's got lane pressure on you. So, yeah. But that's really good. I was actually happy with myself that I pulled that off. Unfortunately, though, my Aphelios in bot lane nearly 2v1ing. But, what you do have to sometimes ask, why is he trying to 2v1 right now? But he's doing an okay job. The Zyra is now making his way. He gets a 1v2, by the way. Absolutely insane, and completely what happened here, and I think from memory I even type what happened. I'm an idiot. So and this sounds like an excuse, and I guess it is one. When I saw the Camille bot lane, instinctively thought that it was Camille top. I legit forgot. Yeah, I'm typing in there. I actually forgot that Olaf was against me, and I was like, oh, their top laner teleported bot lane. Oh, I can continue pushing in the lane. No, because it's Camille mid and Olaf top. That was legit a massive Huzzy derp moment right there. You just witnessed a Huzzy derp. And yeah, it cost me a life, and that was a bit of a feels bad, man. But so item build, just worth pointing out. Gone for tier 2 boots really early. Couple reasons. One, it's a good thing on her. I am kind of hovering my mouse saying I potentially think someone's there, by the way, because where else is Lee Sin at this point? They're doing the dragon and all that, so I'm going to throw a ward. He's not there, so that's good. It was just a chance. So yeah, it's a good item on Kayle. You want the attack speed, but also you want the tier 2 movement speed to try and get away from the Olaf, because that's the point of Olaf. He's a running champion. He has to try and get to you. If you can dodge his initial axe skill shot, that obviously makes it pretty good. Makes it so you can try to get away. So that's kind of what you're looking to do. Obviously for actual champion strength, it means as a Kayle, we're very weak right now. Let's not shy away from it. We're not strong. There is no way right now we're killing this Olaf in a pure 1v1. Even arguably the best Kayle in the world, I would doubt would be able to do anything. Now, unfortunately, a little bit of a cheesy, I guess, playstyle, whatever you want to call it. He's legit just waiting in a bush to go for me, all-ins me. But it's actually my fault, I will say, because this is legit. Again, like I mentioned earlier, we played against this Olaf last game. I think I was mid lane, and my top laner got absolutely owned to this Olaf. I knew his playstyle was aggressive, and last game I was noticing he was doing this exact same thing, waiting in little bushes. When as I was walking back to lane, I was like circling that plant because the Olaf went there several times. So I should have known about it, but you just a little slip of the mind and you just get caught out. So he gets a much more damage. The farm obviously lead is being extended in top lane, but right now there's pretty much nothing I can do. So again, just keep scaling, keep sucking it up, and hopefully you'll eventually scale in an okay way. So I don't think he got another tower plate. But we returned to top lane, continue farm. Obviously, we didn't die in that instance, but being forced to go back so much is a bit annoying. But hopefully, for the rest of the game, I've learnt my lesson, and I'll be a lot more wary of those bushes. Now, the unfortunate thing is I'm in a situation that I don't have any wards, so I've got that ward over there, but in the same bush that he was just in, he could be in there again, and I don't fully know, so I've got to be really careful, which it's causing me to panic a bit. It's causing me to, like, farm badly, because I'm just worried that I'm just going to get all in any second. Meanwhile, Aphelios doing well. And by the way, in that instance, Olaf actually wasn't even there. So that's the annoying thing. He wasn't even there, and I was still worried about it. So yeah. Gragas ult comes through. Qiyana with the Gragas going for the kill. They do get it. Really nice. Now I'm looking for the Lee Sin because he was showing in the area. I don't think this is on, but it might be. I land my Q randomly, which I was actually surprised about. So we do a bunch of damage. I'm going to return to top lane. So yeah, we tickled the Lee Sin a bit, and now we're going to go home, pretty much. So overall, the game's going good right now. 4 kills for the enemy team, 8 kills for our team. Scaling-wise, you can see Olaf there was looking to get into that bush while I was on my way back to top. Comp-wise, I prefer our comp. We've got, again, a balanced comp. We've got an AD carry. You've got all that we need. Top lane, yes, it's annoying, but I'm a Kayle, so we're going to scale really well. It's just trying to maintain, like, composure. Maintain that they don't start snowballing, don't get all the objectives. You know, they've also got a Lee Sin who falls off quite badly. Obviously, Lee Sin is a weird type of falling off. Like, damage-wise, yes, he falls off. But for scaling-wise or late-game-wise, a lot of the time you're playing Lee Sin for utility in late game. You're playing him for his kick, that you're kicking someone important into the right position instead of just doing damage. So that's the thing with Lee, and that's why some people are like, why is Lee always popular even though, you know, as you said, early game champions struggle now? It's because of that. It's like he can kick people who he needs to get the AD carry out of position and stuff. It's very effective. So I actually did get a ping for the first time this game that Gragas might be coming top lane. Nothing more comes of it, though. We don't know where Lee Sin is right now, but we knew he was in the general area. Obviously, last time, you know, he was around, we got a vision of him. But yeah, so what I will say, by the way, I haven't done the research fully about Olaf top lane yet, but I am going to probably do it tomorrow. Again, you'll be watching it as the second video tonight. In that video, I'll do a bit of research before I start recording it and let you guys know what is effective versus Olaf top. Because I was even thinking about it. Meanwhile, they get a nice kill on Lee Sin. I was even thinking about it, and I was like, I don't even know of all bruises and stuff what would be good against him. So Olaf is TPing. I decided to go for it as well. Aphelios getting a bunch of kills. He kills all 3. So Aphelios having a great game so far. My teleport, if I'm honest, was unnecessary, but it was just a precautionary teleport. The least thing I would want. Meanwhile, no idea why Camille did that. She gives me a free kill. I do have my ultimate. Gragas flashes, he didn't actually need to. I'm just auto-attacking the Olaf quite a lot. But I forgot where I was going. Oh, the teleport. I didn't need to do that. My 2, I'm pretty sure, could have backed out in time, and they would have been fine. But the worst situation would have been they didn't back out, they fought the Olaf, and they both died. And it was like, oh, Kayle, you could have teleported to help. So yeah, it hurts me because I could have stayed top lane and caught up like at least 15 farm, at least. But it just wasn't, you know, in the cards. So Gragas overstaying a little bit, does get himself killed. Again, I don't know why he overstayed at that health. It was a bit, you know, frustrating there. And now also another overstay by Camille. So 2 overstays in a row. Those 2 should have gone back ages ago, like completely, but they stay for some reason. Both end up dying. And obviously the dragon is up. So I think, like, I was thinking about going to the dragon just to make sure that we have more bodies around so the enemy team can't do it. But then I kind of noticed, like, oh, they're not going for it, so I'm just going to return to top lane, or now I'm covering mid. Which is, you know, it's a fine idea. It keeps me in the general area. Aphelios getting another kill on the Cassio. He is now fighting the Lee Sin as well. Very low. He does end up dying. Olaf was in the area near the end. Now, unfortunately, what that may do with those deaths, now that will probably give the enemy team the dragon. So, unfortunate situation. Again, I'm getting pinged. Don't really know why. There's nothing I could have done to help them. Like, even if I ran bot lane as soon as they got caught, I wasn't going to get there. So, yeah. We do come into the general area of the dragon, but then there's another teleport. What we should do right now is either go all in or just run. Now, a really unfortunate situation just happened. So, one, Qiyana got hooked and caught. Next, both of them over on the right there you saw, both of them got Cassiopeia ulted. Very unfortunate. But you know, Camille got caught. That's one bad thing. Secondly, she gets a nice return kill, though. Secondly, they both got Cassiopeia ulted, so that was a bad situation. So you can kind of see this game is starting to turn for the negative. But what we needed to do there, and I'm typing it there, we needed to just walk back, kill the Olaf, because Olaf literally just ran past Olaf and ran past Gragas and Kiana. Very low health. We could have just killed him, kept walking back. If we kept walking back, those two wouldn't have got double Cassiopeia ulted either, and kind of just delayed. We didn't delay, we kind of got impatient, and obviously the stem of that was Kiana getting hooked, unfortunately. But that's just the way that it goes. So obviously I need to get to level 11. A level 11 is a big power spike for Kayle that gives her AoE, wave clear. So that's what I'm looking for. Olaf now going to mid. Obviously he's quite strong right now. Do I think Olaf potentially falls off? I potentially think he does fall off somewhat, by the way. Do I think an Olaf can solo carry a game? Not really. You know, unless he's like miles ahead, like, you know, like last game, the game before this Olaf carried that game because he literally like got 10-0 or something from lane phase. If that happens, sure, but that obviously isn't the norm. But I don't think he's the best like solo carry champion, but he's good to like, he's strong, he can do a lot of damage, he can distract, let's say, the enemy AD carry. It's effective for that. So I'm going to walk down now. I do ping, maybe a bit too late, that Olaf was on his way. But here's a great example. This Olaf is strong. He's running in 1v4, doesn't get any kills. So there you go. Looking for the Lee. Unfortunately, the my Q misses because he Ws, and then Gragas barrel ultimate misses as well. But that's something. They kill the Olaf. The Aphelios survives. That's cool. So we just need to try and regain control of this game. Weirdly, this Lee Sin goes for like a weird all-in for me. Unfortunately, I don't get the kill, but Zyra does. That was odd. So that's another good situation. Why would that Lee Sin, by the way, go for that, by the way? I think it's because it's a bit of a ticking time bomb, this game. They've got, you know, an off-meta comp. Really nice Kiana play, by the way. I get the kill there, which is nice. Yeah, really nice. She ults the Cassio out of Thresh Lantern, so that was lovely. And obviously I was nervous about the Kiana, but she did start to do some really nice plays, which is awesome. But like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of Kianas right now. Like, I honestly think she must be a strong pick because you see a lot of them. We're now using the momentum with the Rift Herald, and as you can see in bot lane, there's a Camille in bot lane. So I don't know if the enemy team is raging internally. Like, it's obviously quite a common thing that happens. I don't know. So she's bot lane. We get an inhibitor. Fantastic. You know, it's 17 minutes in the game. Inhib. You know, that's looking very good. But if from memory, you'll notice that this game has a little ways to go. So it's not as simple as, oh, just keep going and the game will be over in a couple minutes. I don't think it goes that way from memory. I'm going to go back and get my Gunblade. I do, by the way, rate this build on Kayle maybe the highest. Because it gives a good amount of items, like her core items. It gives the attack speed eventually, but it gives her AP, it gives her AD, it gives her the on-hit slow, which is actually very effective to kite people. I would recommend this build. There are others floating around, obviously, here or there. You can build those if you prefer them, but this is the one that I kind of default to because it also, by the way, works with multiple runes. You can do it with Fleet Footwork, which we're doing this game. It can also work with Lethal Tempo. It can work with all of those, which is good, which is very good. So I'm now going to go to top lane. There's an argument that maybe I should go to bot. Meanwhile, Lee Sin, like we just said, that champion's damage has arguably fallen off by now, but the champion is still useful. He ward W's behind the Kiana and gets a nice pick. So that's what Lee can do. Anyway, my team looking for a bit of an engage. Gragas barrel misses. Again, a bit nervous here, so I am looking at the teleport potential, by the way. But I don't commit to a teleport because I do value trying to get these towers. We haven't had much tower pressure this game, obviously, with how the lane phase went. So I am maintaining my top lane here. I can teleport to go help. But I would say I also need to be maybe a little bit careful of where the enemy team is. I do have Gragas near me, so I kind of feel a little bit safe right now. Plus, the dragon is coming up relatively soon. So in theory, most people's focus should be on that rather than let's go stop Kayle as 3 or 4 people. So I decided to go back, I think. Go by, gonna go for the recurve bow. Gonna go for that because I'm going Nash's Tooth, and now I'm running and on my way. Now my preference is not teleport because why would I teleport when my team can just be a bit patient and I'm just walking there? So hopefully they allow me to just walk there. Again, I will say I don't remember everything about this game, so I don't remember if I managed to get there in time to just walk or do I need to teleport. But it does look, yep, can just walk, which is good. Dragon play happening, obviously important. Both teams want this. I think the Camille, by the way, just got poked out quite heavily, though. Unfortunately, the Zyra plant mucked us up a bit there. It delayed the plant coming out in time. We do get it, which is nice. Uncontested, practically. Olaf actually gets an assist for it because he lands an axe. And now I'm going to go bot lane. Again, now we're getting into the phase of the game that I want to start scaling quite heavily as Kayle. And in order to do that, I need XP and I need gold. We're now getting into the phase that I'd say the Olaf is a bit confused. The Olaf, you know, am I grouping? Am I stopping the Kayle? So I can maybe use that. I've got the Camille against me, who, again, hasn't had a very good game. You know, this Camille picked Camille mid into nothing. And, you know, the weird thing was our Qiyana counterpicked herself, technically. But I don't remember if this Camille knew the champion at all. She does look to maybe go for me, but here's the thing. Look at the damage from Kayle coming out, and boom, we get a solo kill. My team at the moment, by the way, is doing Baron. We do get it, which is lovely. They're also killing them. Aphelios survives in the Baron pit to the Olaf. And, you know, there we go. My team is in trouble. So what I do is, I'm coming. I'm teleporting. Again, arguably a waste, but I'd rather my team be safe than them to just all die and be like, oh, Kayle, you could have teleported. So it's a bit annoying that I had to use my teleport, because if I stayed bot lane, I would have got the tier 2 tower, I would have got a few more waves in farm. So that is the second instance this game that I sacrificed my own personal strength for the safety of my team. I did it in mid lane once, and now I did it again for the Baron. I'd say it's overall worth, as long as, you know, we're smart about it, but I'd say most solo queue players, top laners and all that, most would probably be pretty selfish about that and not teleport, because it's like, dude, I could just stay bot lane, get a tier 2 and get 3 waves, and I'm like catching back up amazingly. My personal strength is going up. But I find it's a weakness of myself as a player, is I have trust issues as a player. So if my team, I'm looking, oh god, they might die, I instantly try to go help them. It's just something within me. I probably need to trust my team more. I've just been let down so much in the past of solo queue, so it's just hard for me to do that. Worth noting that we practically have caught up in farm, though, to the Olaf, which is nice. Obviously, that is due to the split pushing that we've been doing here or there. Again, could be way ahead of the Olaf. I could probably have 170 farm easily by now, if I, you know, was confident to go, you know, and just stay bot lane. Now looking for just pressure on the bot lane. They are completely caught out. There's 2 people bot lane, by the way, so this player's on. And, you know, some people are like, you could just go mid and take the inhib. Definitely, for sure. But I also kind of rate getting a free kill very heavily too, because now that we've got a free kill on Lee, well, now we can go and get the inhib mid lane even freer. You know, I think sometimes whittling down a mistake and a number for the enemy team is just as valuable. And also, there's the mental aspect for it too. On not just the Lee Sin, oh dude, you got caught, you know, himself, his own team. Oh Lee, why were you there? So you can't underestimate that as well. You can see once again the Camille is topside. So this Camille is in complete, I'd say, tilt mode. I'm only split pushing. I'm never grouping with my team. Screw you guys. You know, she's had a pretty bad game. Obviously, with split pushing against me, she kind of thought, oh, I can take the Kayle on, and then she ended up dying in a solo to me. So, yeah, and the weird thing, especially when we complete this second item on Kayle, we're actually in a pretty good strength. Kayle's really strong. Don't sleep on Kayle. Now, if my memory serves correct, I think I might make a mistake here in a second, and boom, there it is. I get hooked. Cassio ultimate on me as well, but from memory, it's not too bad. We kill the Olaf. Would killing Olaf be worth killing me? Very possible. We also get Cassiopeia ultimate, so that might be fine. But that is a mistake. Let's not hide away from it. It's fine, but it's also a mistake. Those things can both be a thing. You know, it's better if you don't get caught, but trading the Olaf, who has the potential, like, to run at my Jhin, make him, not Jhin, I keep calling Aphelios Jhin for some reason, and Olaf can just beeline it for my Aphelios. Well, now he can't. He's dead. So I think that is quite valuable. Now my team, potentially a bit of overstay happening, grounded by Cassio. Oh, maybe she didn't use ultimate on me, apparently. Okay, she didn't. I actually thought I saw it myself, but apparently I didn't. Now returning, they should just probably back off now. They didn't get the mid inhibitor, unfortunately. It was pretty close. But the dragon is spawning soon, so I'm probably going to head over there and look just to get what is called, you know, territory control. Just clear out any control wards that may be around. If you know, the scuttle crab's spawning apparently soon, if you look at the minimap, take that if it's available. And even just having your presence there can sometimes stop the enemy team walking up on it for free. So it's a worthwhile idea. And there's the scuttle crab. So yeah, this is a good idea. Kayle in the mid lane. Weirdly, I think on the minimap a few seconds ago, we just saw that she went aggressive on the Qiyana. I don't actually know how strong this Qiyana is. I think she's got moderate strength, I'd say. But yeah, we're pulling the dragon out. Gragas is on his way, so there should be no worries at all. Not sure if this gives us the Dragon Soul, don't remember. Nope, it doesn't, so that must mean we're one dragon away, potentially. And now what we should be looking to do is group mid, get that inhibitor for basically free. Gragas looking aggressive, has Predator, misses Izzy, unfortunately. Kayle going aggressive himself, though. Gragas is fine. So yeah, nothing gained, but nothing lost at the same time there, I'd say. And we should now just work as a team, work together, and just walk into the base. Now, unfortunately, Aphelios, weirdly, was like, let's go top. Again, there's no reason to really go top when you can just go mid for free. So Olaf, again, by himself, looking to go aggressive here. Got a good Zyra ult, really nice zoning ultimate there. I'm going to go aggressive, kill one of them. Now going on the Lee Sin, we also get... Unfortunately, it's like I killed the Lee Sin, but the Zyra plant that was around the area got the final little last hit in, so the Zyra kills, and there's the game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was Kayle. Kind of moderate game, but this game was a good lesson of like what I'd call, again, a team comp advantage win. That our team comp was just better. We had an AD carry who was solid. They didn't even have an AD carry. Any AD damage they had, the Olaf, Lee Sin, or Kayle, they had to go all in to do any damage, and you're going to run into a Zyra and a Aphelios. That's going to be painful. But that also, the reason why I want to upload this and show it is that is our Diamond for Season 10. So yes, we have achieved Diamond once again, everybody. Hopefully you have enjoyed the content so far. What I will say, a small spoiler, after this game, we did go on a little bit of a lost streak, you could say, but I'll tell you guys more about it in the next couple episodes. But yeah, damage-wise, do moderate damage, more damage than all the enemy team apart from the Olaf. And again, the Olaf was having an okay game, but let's not forget, he basically did have a free win in top lane. He's against the Kayle. Olaf's an aggressive top laner, so there's not much you can do as a Kayle. But that's going to be it. If you guys enjoy, throw a like on it, throw a subscribe. See you guys next time. See you.